How's it, everybody? Goku here. We are back for another Dokkan Battle video. In today's video, we are checking out the Giant 8 Power Team with a specific focus on our boy AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku, arguably one of the best aging 2025 units. So we are going to take a look at this guy here on the Giant 8 Power Team. Now, unfortunately, our Goku is on slot 2, but that's okay, right? So we're going to take him there in a couple of the 11th anniversary fights. So we're going to do this fight here against the Daimo Super Saiyan 4 Goku, which is a pretty challenging fight, right? Like, the supers coming at us over 10 million by the time we get fully built up here. And we also have, well, we'll also do the Bio Broly and the Cell Max in this video too. So let's go ahead. There we go. So we're kicking things off with that EX Super attack, right? We do only have one Goku, so it's not like we're going to be able to change that. It's chain that attack stacking for his EX Super attack, but that's okay. Again, the focus here is primarily on AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I do like running him on the Daima team with Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. Makes for a really nice setup there. Just additional support for Power Beyond Super Saiyan and Giant 8 Power, along with that additional damage reduction, right? You combine that with the two Goku's damage reduction and Vegeta's guard that he's given out, and you're talking about, you know, a pretty defensively walled team, and I love it. But for this video, we're going to focus on Giant 8 Power, since that is the lead for the Goku. So here we go. We're kicking things off with that AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Super. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, I totally called it, right? From the moment I saw his introduction, right? If you guys remembered seeing my reaction to that, from the moment I saw it, I realized, right, there's something about Giant 8 Power that we just knew was going to be getting buffed throughout the year. And it ended up being true, right? I mean, we knew at some point we were going to have to get Daima. And I think we were long overdue for a GT celebration. So it's pretty amazing how well he got buffed throughout the year. Even more so amazing is that, right, he's managed, because of the way that his kit is designed, he can work in either long or short events, and that has allowed him to sort of withstand what would have been one of the largest power creeps we've had all year. So we've got him slot 1 here. We do get that dodge on the super. Very nice. Remember, he does have a 70% chance to dodge this turn. So we were able to dodge that super. And maybe next turn we'll be able to get that transformation with that giant form. So we do have our Gogeta going to take some hits here. Excellent. All right, and we get an additional super. All right, one more. Yeah, there it is. Now, hopefully we get the counter on the Gogeta here, and we don't have to worry about praying for a dodge, because Goku, right, I mean, despite the fact that he is really good, there we go, there's that counter. So despite the fact that he is really good, right, that giant form availability to us at pretty much any point, as long as we take the damage, is very useful. But, you know, base form is still his base form. It's still very heavily reliant on dodge, especially for big supers. But I mean, that's kind of that is the drawback to him, is his base form. But once you get into that giant form, you're golden. So let's see here. Not really. Oh, well, there we go. Okay, actually, that did land out nicely. Okay, so we can get the EX super attack on our Goku here. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. We can grab that, and now we can get 9 key series with the LR4s. I don't think we're gonna get to transform with them based on how this is going, but nice. We get the attack, the first attack on the Goku, and now we get that buff. So can we get that EX super attack here? Yeah, we do. All right, so double EX super attack for 140 million. Very nice. So we can keep his stack going here. Remember, he does build up 4 turns on that EX super if we can manage to proc it each time. Excellent. Perfect. And now Mini Goku going to do Mini Goku things with that 42 million attack. And then remember, of course, we will get his active skill soon. All right, excellent. One more? Yeah, look at that. 45 million. You love to see it. Now, the thing I'm kind of curious about is kind of how well he can tank the supers post super. Obviously, we're not going to be putting him in slot 1 for anything, but I am curious to see how he manages to live any of the supers here that we're going to have to deal with post super. That I think is really what's going to be clutch. As long as he can live them, right? He doesn't necessarily have to not take damage, but as long as he can live them, I think that really puts him in a good position as we move throughout the 11th year. Because it's already feeling like power creep isn't going to be too bad through 11th anniversary. Our next big jump might come during GDC, so that just means he can be that much more relevant throughout this year, as well as much as he was last year, right? He really is the Orange Piccolo of this past year. He really is, right? He's so versatile, right? That giant form is just oh so very helpful. Excellent. So we get another super with the LR4s. Not a whole lot of damage here, but I mean, it's to be expected. It is their first turn. They are a type disadvantage here. Okay, so we should we're just gonna go ahead and pop Gogeta's active here, I think is probably the right play here. Excellent. Alrighty, and then now let's go ahead and let's grab that. Ooh, okay, let's grab that. And then we can grab that to float off the Gogeta. So we'll see. There goes the first super. So we'll see if this actually sticks and we can kill this turn. I don't think we will, which means we'll have to rely on the 2 active skills for the next turn. But let's see. All right, 120 mil. Nice. Good job, Gogeta. And we get an additional super for 86 million. All right, 34. Honestly, that's not that bad. Like, if you had saw that back during anniversary, you'd have been like, wow, that's good. Okay, super, we can dodge? Yes, we do. Excellent, thank goodness, because that would have killed us, right? So, right, I do like his dodging ability when he's not transformed. That's always useful, yeah. So, based on the attacks here, it does not look like we're going to kill this turn, which means, oh, well, actually, we can giant form it up on the other one and get the boost for our Goku. So, okay, we'll take that. Nice. All right, and double digits. Okay, so turn... what is this, 5? Turn 5 here. But now, even though we haven't taken any damage, we can actually giant form it up. So let's start with the giant form here. So we can bring out Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? So we can get that 70% defense, as well as that additional damage reduction. And there goes the super, but that super ain't going to do nothing on our boy here. Excellent. All right. I do like that even the giant form is counting towards dropping his attack for the turn. That's really helpful. Excellent. And there goes the second super. And we are out of giant form. Excellent. Alrighty, now the fun part begins. So now that we're out of giant form, we can start popping active skills here for our Super Saiyan 4 Gokus. So, thinking here, we do Daima Minis first, I guess. Yeah, we do his first, and then we roll into the 4. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so here comes Minis. Excellent. Okay, so we might not actually kill with the active skills here, but that's okay. All right, let's do his. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, so let's do that. Excellent. Okay, we actually did a little bit of damage there, so get a good setup here, right? Obviously with 400k, even with the damage reduction and guard that he has, right? That's not going to be enough to live the normals here, right? We're way beyond that kind of level of defense for start of turn, but he should be fine post super here, assuming we get it. But we're probably not, so we're just going to go ahead and start with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. In the front, but I do love how great of link partners they are with, 6 out of 7 links. That's always really nice. Excellent. And there we go. We finish off with 170 mil EX super pack, and that should do the trick here. Oh wow, he actually survived that. That's impressive. And down goes the Diamond Super Saiyan 4 Goku. All right, so round 1 of this little mini grand tour done. Right, just to really prove my point how well he aged, I wanted to start with the most recent 11th anniversary stage, which is Daimo Goku stage. I find it to be rather difficult. It can be a bit of a challenge, but all this really does is just show where the Super Saiyan 4 Goku is at in terms of his ageability from last year. So we're going to go ahead and pause, and we're going to come back in the Bio Broly. All right, so we've loaded up Bio Broly here. We are running the exact same team for this, right? Really just to prove this point now. Really helpful for him here. That he provides the team, right? Assuming you got that good dodge lock going, right? He can easily sit slot 1 and just dodge Bio Broly super. So that's what we're gonna hope for here. And we get it perfect, right? So not only can he dodge Bio Broly super, but eventually somebody's gonna have to take one of these normals and it's gonna drop you below that 70%. And when that happens, guess what you have? You have your giant form. And there we go. We are kicking it off because we are in slot 2 with our Goku. We get that EX Super Tech because we have that extra crit for being in slot 2 here. Now, hopefully we can keep the EX Super Tech going, right? This is honestly, while this is one of the hardest fights, it's also the easiest fight to take down because Bio Broly's HP is a tad bit lower than some of the other bosses. It means that, right, you can, as long as you have your heavy hitters really putting in the work, you can take him down quite easily, right? I've had instances where I have 2-turned him, right, with some heavy offense with the getting 2 Goku EX super attacks. I mean, look at how much damage we've done already, and and you really feel that too, right? When you have characters who actually can deal damage, but also dodge the super in slot 1 instead of having to just eat it and be stunned, you actually see how much of a difference in damage that makes. And the fact that Giant Ape Power, it has the ability to do this, is just phenomenal, if you ask me. So let's grab that with him. We'll grab that with the Gogeta and with the LR4. So once again, we are going to have to bank on that dodge here in the slot 1 on that super attack, and we get it. Excellent. So again, this is a very tough one, just because of you know, what it requires for him. But, you know, when the dodge pays off, the dodge pays off. And we get that 69 mil on our Gogeta. Now, our Gogeta does have his interest passive still up. We are post super, but I do feel like since we built up Bio Broly already pretty much fully, I do feel like this could potentially be a dangerous situation for him. Oh yeah, exactly what I thought. 200k on on those normals, yeah. Without additional SA boost coming from anybody for him for a height like this is really dangerous for him. Excellent. Okay, but I mean, look, we put the hurt on him. Excellent. Okay, so I'm pretty sure since this is turn 1, the 4s here can actually handle the normals. Yep, sure thing. And now we get exactly what I was hoping for. We get that giant form explosion. So let's do that. Let's try to save these STR spheres if we can. There we go. We can grab that. And then we can take that one. Oh, we got the nice little setup here. Now, the best part about this is now we don't have to worry about a stunning Bio Broly Super because we used our giant form. That's the thing I love about them. Just how he can so very easily shut down these fights. This is what makes him really good for short events, is very, you know, just shutting down the boss's ability to hit you back with these supers. A fight like Bio Broly, having this ability is incredibly important. All right, so there we go. We're running out of giant form here. All right. Okay, so we're gonna put him here in front. That's obviously, you know, with fully built up Bio Broly normals, we are not sticking them in front there, right? But we do have that, right? The thing I like is not only are these guys great link partners, right? That's the amazing thing. Not only are they great link partners, they are supporting each other with damage reduction support. So, you know, STR Goku's giving them 10%. He's giving them 10%. Like, it's very nice. There we go. And then we get 150 mil on that super attack, that EX super attack. So very nice. Okay, so we are not going to potentially kill here. So this will be interesting because actually, yeah, I want to see if he can at least live the normals post super, right? Because if he can live the normals post super, that actually that makes him even better than I thought. Okay, not quite. Right, but 56 million on an opener. How many times do you get to see that from this guy? 56 million on his opener. Okay, we get the additional super. Love his 12 key animation. Never gonna not love it, right? There's so much aura in that. We love it. And we get one more. Okay, looking at the damage we had earlier, I don't think we're gonna. Are we gonna kill here? We might not kill here. We do. Okay, you know what? We'll take it. We will take it. Okay. Don't get to see that very often, but there you go. He finished off Bio Broly. I was hoping we'd be able to see him get hit, but that's okay. All right. So, not bad. Really, really impressive. Doing what he does best, getting rid of those supers, right? And dodging those supers thanks to his good dodge there in slot 1 on his early turn. So, we're going to pause the video and we are going to come back. In the Cell Max Red Zone fight and the artificial life forms. Alrighty, so we are loaded here on Cell Max. Now, Cell Max is a tricky one because it does really come down to your rotations, but the best thing I love about this is there's almost no dead rotation that you can come up with because someone here always either counters the super or has enough dodge to live it. I mean, really only the Death Sentence is getting both Gokus on turn 1, but we're not running 2 STR Gokus here, so really you're fine here under the Giant 8 power at least. So let's grab that. It does mean we're not going to get the 18 key with him, but it's fine. We were able to set up the orbs thanks to the key maneuvering we did here. Very nice. Excellent. So we don't take much on that AoE. Excellent. All right, kind of nice. We've actually, so compared, it's so funny that compared to the actual Grand Tour, our STR Goku during this run, there goes that super from Cellmax. We do get the dodge, right? We tank it for 155 mil, and we get the counter on the Daimo Goku. Yeah, so our STR Goku is actually getting a lot better on the EX skill orbs. We had around a 60% activation rate in our long Grand Tour for the STR Goku, but here it's working just fine, right? We've hit it just about every time. Nice. And there goes our second counter there. Perfect. Okay, so that turn worked out. So not only did we dodge the attacks that we needed to dodge, we took enough damage to, guess what? Shut down a super. So let's go ahead and let's do that here. Okay, not really liking the key drop though here for this turn. Okay, let's take that. Excellent. We get an additional super. I lied. Nope. I was hoping we would be able to proc it there. Since we're pretty much not going to super at all. Not that we're going to do any damage, but that little bit of chip damage does help. And there goes Cellmax's second super. So I think this means we've effectively shut down the turn. I'm not actually sure, right? Because sometimes it's just really weird sometimes when the boss has a double super. Because I've had instances where it shuts down the super, but I've had other instances because the placement attacks where it actually doesn't. So we'll see what happens here. All right. Let's see here. So I think we can safely put the forwards here. Yeah, actually. Let's do that. No, let's put the forwards here in slot 1, get a little bit of heal up there. Well, actually, maybe we don't want the heal. Because maybe we want to activate the giant form on the next turn. But well, let's see what happens. Okay, so normal. And remember, Cellmax's normals aren't that bad. And that's the best part of having 2 Gokus, right? If you can shut down 2 turns with super attacks, you deal with, right, the easiest normals to deal with in the game, as long as you can shut down that super. Right? Because his normals, I think, are only like 300k. That's not a lot. His danger comes from the fact that he's dealing 2 critical hit supers that ignore 70% of your defense. Excellent. All right. And we get another normal, and now it is Forku's turn to attack. So 43 million. Shame this round he wasn't on rotation with the, or at least we don't get the transformation with the one that's on rotation with the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But that's okay. Still, with 53 million coming out turn 1 is pretty good. If you'd have told somebody during your 10 that that's what he was going to be starting with, they'd have laughed at you. But here we go. Perfect. Alright, now we did have to sacrifice some ki for Int Gogeta, but it'll be worth it when you see the next turn. And there we go. We get another super with Gogeta. Excellent. Okay, so unfortunately, no. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, let's do that. So unfortunately, we don't have any. We healed too much, so we're not going to be able to use his giant form here. So let's just go ahead and do that. And we're going to have to bank on some dodges once more. So hopefully we get that EX super attack for 150. That's beautiful. All right, nice. Okay, actually, we might actually be able to finish just on this turn without any active skills. Here we go. We get third? No, we do get a normal, though. All right, Gogeta's turn, and this is Gogeta's second attacking turn, so we get 72 million. Nice. Additional super. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah. Actually, looking at the damage we do, we might actually be able to pull this off. All right, one more. One more? Oh, it's a normal. Oh, there goes the super. Okay, dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. We gotta dodge. Actually, we don't. We just gotta do that number. There you go, Gogeta. Right, let's go ahead and yeet Somax out of existence here. There we go. Alrighty, folks. So there you have it. There is the AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus 3 of the toughest fights here in the start of the 11th anniversary. I really wanted to show him outright because he was a part 1 unit from last year. So here we are a year later with this guy, and he is arguably the best aging unit of the 10th anniversary, still being able to use at his maximum efficiency outside of, a stacking event, maximum efficiency to benefit the team, right? Giant Power was one of those categories that I knew was going to get buffed throughout the year, and sure enough, it did. And having a character like Goku that is essentially the orange Piccolo for the team is just, icing on the cake. So, guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know what are your thoughts on the new Goku and or his partnership with the LR AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Do you really believe he is as good as we show here? Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.